Alrighty. Earth, air, fire, water. The Earth card. Alright. The Queen of Swords in reverse. In regards to how we are perceiving our physical and how we're spending our physical energy, we have the Queen of Swords here, and she's in the protective mode. This beautiful snake here is blessing what looks like a cross between an ivy and a passion fruit. So I'm going to interpret this through my own intuitive vision versus the little booklet and say the Queen of Swords in protection mode. She's protecting us. Now, swords, we don't always think about serpent in regards to swords. So we'll think about the serpent's tongue. Also, passion fruit. Passion fruit is a very wise plant. The Deva energy of it is prophetic. Ivy can grow in many situations. It can be incredibly hardy. It can rot. But the thing about ivy in relation to like this traditional ivy with these little sepally bits, because that doesn't look like passion fruit flowers to me. So I think about how ivy grows up a building and it gets stuck in the mortar and it literally eats it apart. So it's funny, I was talking about sleep before, but the snake in regards to our words, the prophecy and the sleep-inducing properties of the passion fruit, and the strength and the almost destruction of a certain vine. So your words are a spell. You can lull yourself to sleep in many different ways, but beware of the words you use in relation to the spells you weave. You can create an early hibernation for yourself in the modes of communication if you allow yourself too much time in, let's just say, a destructive underworld. Be careful with your words. Be careful with the prayers you speak and what you are asking for before you go to sleep. Mind your words. But there is a blessing in this. The royalty brings a blessing. The passion fruit brings a blessing. The snake brings a blessing. So you could also read this as the transformation coming in. Your body will be healing when you sleep. And also, I do say in the protective mode, the Queen of Swords, don't listen to anything that may not resonate with the light within you. Be careful about what you ingest before you go to sleep. And I mean that in all of the ways. What do you let in your physical, eating and drinking? What do you let in your intellectual? What are you listening to? What are you watching? Be careful about that, okay? So over here, the next card we have in regards to the directions is the Earth and the King of Wands. Oh, I'm sorry. This is air. So although this is an airy card, an earth placement, and a fiery card, and an air placement, well, look, he's kind of earthy. The royalty of the wands is actually quite earthy. He's protecting these kittens. So protect your new ideas with the fierceness of the king. Make sure that the people you're talking to are trustworthy and grounded and have your best interest at present times when you're sharing your shit with them, you know? Don't get too excited and like want to share all your shit with all these fucking people who aren't gonna fucking celebrate with you. It's gonna waste your energy. Over here in fire, universal fantasy deck. All right, who's this? We have the Seven of Swords. Now, yes, it's upright, but you know, the swords are tough bitches. This is in the place of fire. Bless you. So, how is he gonna get from here to here? It looks kind of like an ominous dark castle. And the Seven of Swords, well, it's often about... Listen to that. Hello. Well, it's like guarding, you know? Your fire has been won through a battle of wits of you against you. Perhaps you judged yourself in the past for being lazy, not doing enough, not getting enough done in regards to career stuff and moving forward about your dreams. This guy here, in a similar way that this guy here is like warning and protecting, the serpents always warn and protect, but they're also here as the feminine transmutation, flow, metamorphosis. You're changing in your sleep, okay? You must guard what is just treasure, your treasure babies, your intellectual babies. Protect now your passion. You know, I think that this guy's trying to figure out how he can hop a ride on a dragon to get over to that castle. He's got to get to the castle. What's your castle, right? What's your passion? Is your passion a new job? Is your passion the mind over matter in your heart? So that your passions, if you will, don't completely run away with you? I don't know. Let's find out. But this, although it is upright, swords do call upon us to protect the tenderness and figure out ways to redirect the harshness. That's pretty harsh looking. And over here in water, yeah, hello. 22, 2 times 11, 22 equals a 4. Here's a balancing card. Choices. Also, the Queen of Pentacles is the secondary card if we're going to look at that as diamonds or pentacles. Now, this is in water. Choices. You choose where that water flows. All right? And it's a 22. It's twice as intense for spiritual gift blessings right now. Thinking about where you put your emotions. Thinking about feeling out your options before you direct them. Careful with your passions. It's going to take a lot of planning to figure out how to jump on a dragon's back and get over where you need to get. Perhaps he's waving them down. Hey guys. I'm not saying you need to fucking sleep with the enemy or something in order to get what you want, but you might need to put your ego a little bit aside in order to say, how can I get in the way of being receptive? So now think, if this is water, right? This is our water card over here, water in the west. Options. All of the options are going to flow. You want to go up there and see perhaps which direction the water will be coming from. Take a look around you. He's up high. There's another standpoint. And you are in a place with options. Out of destruction and over clinging, which breaks apart this crumbly bits on the outermost shell, you may reveal something underneath that's a treasure. So if there's still a little bit of weirdness going on in relation to how you're feeling with this past moon, which shook a lot of us up, you will be having other options come to you. Know that that is because your heart and soul called out to them. Don't judge it too harshly. Get in the flow. Feel your choices as a blessing. Transmute that energy. Sleep. You can even take passion fruit to help you sleep. If you have a passion fruit flower, sleep with it on or under your pillow and it will bring you prophetic dreams. But other than that, it's a wonderful sleep tonic. Really, really gentle and loving. King, right? 7, 22. All right, my friends. Just know that now is the time for planning and stillness in a very receptive way. Flow, flow. Some of these shapes really do repeat on each other. So take what means something to you and release the rest. Love and light. Have a great day. Ophidia Rose Tarot. This deck, well, it's a little not traditional, but I rather love it. The illustrations are really thoughtful and beautiful, although they're slightly confusing. I wouldn't suggest them to someone who is looking for a traditional tarot deck to learn the tarot. It's a bit elusive. The cards are a little like, what? But the stock is really nice. The illustrations really, they speak to me. So anyway, what I want to do here is a directional north, south, east, west, earth, air, fire, water, and the north will be the Ophidia Rose. So what I did was I laid all 4 decks out that I felt would be pertinent to today and meditated, did the little zhuzhi, figure out which deck was for what. So this is the card that wants to come out for that. Over here we have our air Connelly deck. I've seen these before. I love them. Anyway, I felt like today would be a good day to understand a little bit more about like this crazy dream state that, well, I'm not sure everybody's in it. I had a very strange parallel dream in regards to a specific person last night. Talking with a friend of mine this morning, we both dreamt about the same person. Neither one of us is friends with that guy. Why were we having some sort of a, I don't know, dream sharing? I came about in the strangest way, like revealing something vulnerable about someone that I don't really know, who hasn't quite seemed vulnerable. So perhaps some of you are also feeling a little something about the energy in the world, that although we're still in an earth sign, we are not quite in a place where it's making sense yet, because it's not. But I don't know. I'm thinking about these bizarre congruences, and what does that mean? What does it all mean? I don't know. Maybe this will shed some light. I've either been sleeping 3 hours a night or 11 hours. There's been no in between. I have not had any of these mildly restful, long stretches. It's been like narcolepsy or absolute insomnia. So if you're feeling any of that, you're not alone. Waking up at weird times, take note of what those times are. Looking for patterns with numbers and symbols is always one of my favorites. Now this here is in the south, and what we have is the Universal Fantasy deck. It's kind of, I don't know, steampunk technology meets old fairy tales of yore. So I felt that would be really fiery. There's something kind of, it's where fire and air meet. So this here we have the Dreaming Way Lenormand deck. And these are not traditional tarot cards, but I thought, oh, Dreaming Way, right? That's water. So, dreaming, water and air. Just so much of what's going on in the energy feels very airy. We're heading into Libra. The moon will be in Gemini today, a little bit later. So, what I'm going to do, one more. Let's go one more. Keep a dream journal if you're able to remember anything, right? So we're going to pick this card, and I'm going to turn this off, set them up, and go again.